To Snyder's Inc. and today we got Nuke's Top 5 and this one it's interesting. It's scariest real videos of 10 years. So I'm going to of the last 10 years and we are going to get right into this, ladies and gentlemen. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, comment, think down below. Let's go!
Now, despite the name of this video, I would never tell you that these are 100% quote real ghost videos. But they are the most convincing, most compelling, and hardest to explain paranormal videos that I've seen in the last 10 years of doing this channel. But as always, you decide. The Highway 5 Ghost Girl. This next video, posted to Reddit by Little Goth Doll, was recorded from a monitor, then screen capped on a phone before it finally made its way to the internet. So it's a bit potato quality. Nevertheless, the video is chilling. It was pulled from the dash cam feed of two truck drivers after a frightening incident. So, one of the two truck drivers are driving on Highway 5 in Lynn, Alabama, when they get the scare of a lifetime. The panic-stricken truck drivers believe they had just run over a young girl. They pull over and call 911. When they check the highway...
So, this girl doesn't appear out of nowhere. I don't think that's the way the description to use. So, they're driving. And you see her there. Walking. There's a shape of her. So it's not like it comes out of nowhere, but they can't stop her. And she walks pretty much straight in the direction there's no way to avoid.
Panic-stricken truck drivers believe that they had just run over a young girl. They pull over and call 911, but when they check the highway and the surrounding area along with arriving police, they don't find anything or anyone. There's just no one there. After the truck drivers request a viewing of the footage recorded that night on Highway 5, they are shocked. Just as they thought, there's in fact a girl in a long dress walking across the road, seemingly getting hit by their truck. The two guys later find out that there's a well-known ghost story about this road, Highway 5 in Lynn, Alabama. The story goes that 10 years ago on a rainy night, a teenage girl on her way home from her high school prom lost her life on the road after being hit by an 18-wheeler. So could it be that these truck drivers captured?
Why on earth is a girl on her way back from prom going across a fucking highway for? You tell me no one could give her a ride and shit? She had to go across a fucking highway?
The prom dress ghost of Highway 5? Either way, their reactions say that they saw the truck hit something. As always, you decide. The feline Grim Reaper. Oscar the cat was adopted by the Spearhouse Nursing Home in Rhode Island when he was just a kitten, along with 5 other cats. The idea was that the 6 cats could provide companionship and comfort for the nursing home residents. However, the staff soon noticed that Oscar was not quite as friendly as the other cats.
Oscar is not always the friendliest cat. He's not friendly to, he can be bribed like many animals, but he is not a cat that will spend quality time with residents on the ward.
But the staff did begin to notice that Oscar did show a special interest in certain patients. The cat would go to the room of particular nursing home residents and curl up at the foot of their beds. Within 2 to 4 hours, the patients would pass away.
That's creepy. This is the story that creeps me out. Right? It's like not true crime, but this is some of the things that I can't explain. How do you explain that every time a cat
patient was deceased, Oscar would leave the room as quietly as he had entered.
He will only go and stay with patients that are about to die. He will leave rooms, for example, when patients are not close, even though we might perceive them to be close.
If Oscar was removed from a patient's room and the door was closed, he would pace outside, meowing to be let back in.
And Oscar will frantically pace outside closed door, which that is really something to say.
Even creepier, Oscar has never been wrong.
He's been pretty accurate. I actually know event where he was at the bedside.
Now, usually in these videos...
That's creepy. That's so creepy. How do you explain this? Somebody give me an explanation that makes sense to this. Because I don't understand.
I'll ask you if you think the story is real or fake. There's no disputing this one. It's 100% real. Oscar the cat's amazing ability to predict the demise of patients was chronicled in 2007 in the New England Journal of Medicine after he had accurately predicted the passing of over 25 patients. Since the publishing of that article, Oscar has now predicted the passing of over 100 patients. So the real question is, how does he do it? Is it ESP or some supernatural ability? Is it something paranormal? You decide. The thing, the tunnel. This next video is from Top 5 viewer Sophie, who sent this exclusively to me, never posted it on social media of any kind, and never even asked for credit. She says that her friend Laura recorded this in the abandoned railway tunnel in Hostel, Germany. The tunnel was built in 1890 and was used extensively by German troops during World War II. So, while on a weekend trip, Laura checks out the historic old abandoned railroad. She's recording with her phone and she captures what is maybe one of the weirdest clips I've ever seen. Check it out. Something pale and thin can be seen rising up from the tracks in front of Laura on what looks like a thin little arm. As for Laura, she gets one look at the disturbing thing and just turns and makes a run for it.
As I would too.
Now, watching this clip over and over, I honestly have no idea what this is. It looks like maybe a hairless torso with 2 skinny arms, getting up in a very unnatural way. Maybe it's an animal, maybe it's a very weird-looking person. I just don't know. So, you tell me what you think this is down in the comments. Someone watching over. Stop by viewer who wishes to remain anonymous. Let's just call him or her Alex for the sake of the video. Email me about a CCTV recording captured in an undisclosed sleep lab during a sleep apnea test. Alex says that a coworker was monitoring the wounded female patient's sleep. And then, this happened.
I'm disturbing. Oh my god. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. You see? Yes. It's on now.
To better understand what is going on, a bit of explanation is necessary. So the squiggly lines that can be seen at the bottom of the screen indicate that the woman has stopped breathing during her sleep. The mysterious pale figure then appears to reach out to wake the woman, after which she begins to breathe again. Alex believes the apparition might be the patient's deceased husband, still carefully watching over her from beyond the grave. But what do you think this strange pale shape could be?
Did they show her this footage? I hope not. But, like, did they show her this? Or did they just tell her you stop breathing when you sleep?
You know, down in the comments.
Oh my god. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Yes. What's going on?
What else? The strange events of the Watts family home in Colorado might be one most widely documented.
This shit is, I believe. There's no one who can give an explanation for this. This, I believe. This house deserves to be haunted. If there was ever a house that was meant to be haunted, it is this fucking house, the Watts family house. They absolutely deserve to have a being haunted. Those three, because they have three people who have fucking had their life taken. It's not like the Benoit family that have like fucking lives who were taken by just fucked up people. Because Chris is fucked up in the video. Both Chris's. Why are they both Chris's? They're both fucked up. Oh, trust me. I even avoided most of it. I watched a Netflix documentary on this. I cried. I cried when he talks about his kids and what he did to them. They're the ones I cry about. Because for some reason, a husband attacking his wife or killing his wife or vice versa has no effect on me. Yeah, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's because, you know, it's just a thing I'm used to as a true crime person. But when you talk about how you, for some reason, decided to end your kid's life, it is a fucked up thing that I can never understand. I think that's what that one is, yeah. I don't know if I can make that one out. That one, the last one especially out. That is actual giggling. That is a child giggling. That is creepy as hell. What the fuck? How do you make a note of that? Heard ghosts giggling? What note do you make of that? I don't even... Yes. Yes, it is. The giggle is the hardest one to explain, because it's caught on the podcast, and both of them hear it. That's the only one I can't explain. The other ones are, eh. Like, there was a house that was going to be haunted. I believe this one. I believe it's the Watts family. If someone ever sends me a gift, send me it with Nuke's top 5 wrapping paper. I'll pop huge. That's my thing. If anyone ever wants to send me a gift, send me it to that. Send me it wrapped in Nuke's top 5 wrapping paper. Oh my god, I know this one already. I know this one already. This is insane. This one I don't understand. Someone explain this to me. Did the guy say anything to him, or did he just tap him and walk away? I don't know how you would explain. If they timed this, there is too much that could have gone wrong, so they are very lucky it went the way it did. I know this one. I know this one.
Things of all time, because every piece of paranormal evidence comes from footage recorded directly by policemen on their body cams.
Frederick Police Department, anybody in the house, make yourself known!
So Shannon Watts and her daughter Bella and Cece lost their lives under absolutely horrible circumstances, all at the hands of husband and father. Now this is where things get very weird. The roommate says that Zeta thought the voice calling her name was her sister's. Just a few minutes later, Zeta's called into the production room by the Big Brother executives. She finds out that unfortunately, her very sick sister Gloria has just passed away. Even stranger, Zeta's sister passed away at almost the exact same time that Zeta heard her sister's voice calling her name.
E ontem, o que aconteceu exatamente foi tão impressionante, você ouviu alguém te chamando, e era o que, meia lá, 40 segundos depois da morte agora. O que você ouviu? Você ouviu ela chamando? Mais uma vez? Já dizia o seu nome?
Não. Aí eu achei que as meninas não. Aí eu fiquei procurando. Ela procurou isso. Ninguém. Não me explicava, era a Thaís. Tava no tênis de quatro.
Now bear in mind, this was all broadcast live on Brazilian TV. So, is this proof of life after death broadcast television? Is it proof that loved ones can contact us from beyond the grave? Or is it just a very odd coincidence? Let me know what you think. The end of the road.
I don't know. I legitimately don't know. I have no idea.
Killer Guatemalan news reporter Vivian Vasquez is driving in traffic on her way to work to report the early morning news, but she will never make it to the news station. Because Vivian herself becomes the tragic subject of the morning news when her lifeless body is discovered in a horrible car accident. Her family, coworkers, and fans are shocked and saddened when they hear of her sudden tragic passing. Guatemalan traffic police show up on the scene and record footage of the wreckage as evidence. But after the video is released to the public, one and you and the band all hear something in the footage that is absolutely chilling.
I heard a female voice. I don't know what it says. I heard a female voice.
And this time, did you hear the anguished voice of a woman be heard crying out in Spanish? What did you do to me? When watching the footage, it becomes clear that it makes no sense for anyone present at the side of the accident to be screaming, "What did you do to me?" Vivian's loyal fan believed that it was her anguished spirit crying out from beyond the grave. To this day, the Guatemalan authorities have not found the cause of Vivian's accident. Even stranger, Vivian's cell phone was never returned to her family.
That's weird. Why is that? Why was that never returned to her family? That's really weird. I don't feel like that's normal. I bet they if you ask for a phone.
And no one knows why. So just what happened to Vivian Vasquez? And what are your thoughts on this bizarre and tragic recording? Let me know down below. A cry for help. This video was posted by user Unknown Truth. He says that his friend's wife had a very odd experience. One day she walked outside to do laundry. The strange incident was caught on the Ring doorbell camera. Won't hear some strange.
I would not be able to just keep doing laundry after that. I'd be like frozen in confusion. What the fuck was that?
Voice, and it's not coming from the Ring camera speaker. In fact, she checked closely, and the voice is coming from the wall to her side. So I boosted the audio on this clip, and just take a listen. Some strange voice in the wall seems to be crying out for help. The woman is so freaked out that she goes inside and actually calls the police. Police search the premises, but there's no one there, in the wall or elsewhere. So just what is this strange disembodied voice that seems to be begging for help?
This is weird. What the
Let me know what you think.
Because even police was like, I can hear someone saying something, I don't know what.
Here declares emergency ghost. Now the strangest thing about this next paranormal video might be the source, because this video was released by the actual mayor of the city of Armenia, Colombia, Jose Manuel. So the security guard in this video says that he saw a male figure descend the stairs inside the mayor's office. He pursues the man, but the guy seems to vanish in the thin air. The security guard can be seen on CCTV searching the area, but then things take a terrifying turn.
Okay, first of all, this guy's a terrible looker because he looks in this like a fucking circle. He just does a circle 3 times. Like, they're not here. They're not in this circle. How can I explain it? But then they don't show up on his face. Oh, what a push! That ghost knew he wants something to fuck with. Oh my god. Okay, I don't know if I believe the second one. The first one I believe, because that was aggressive. And if he faked that, I give him credit for throwing himself like that. That one, the second one, I don't really think, because it both looks like he just got punched in the face block. Well, he's dead.
In the video, the security guard appears.
Hey, let's check it out, and they're like, hey, he's fucking useless. We're just gonna go about our business.
He's suspiciously looking around the area, seemingly confused. Then suddenly, an unseen force seems to attack the man, throwing him into a banner. The guard can be seen looking around in panic, with no assailant in sight. He then suffers another attack. Two guards hurry over to help him. The somewhat shaken mayor of Armenia says that, quote, a bishop and other religious leaders will come to bless the mayor's offices, and they will, quote, bring God's blessing to every corner of his workspace.
How's that guy do? Because that was aggressive, so what's wrong with that little messed up loopy?
Now, it seems highly doubtful that the mayor of Armenia, Colombia, would suddenly release a fake ghost video. So, just what do you think happened to the security guard? Random Nautica.
So I just random
You probably already know what the app Random Nautica is by now, but just in case you are a sheltered person, Random Nautica is an app where you basically put in an intention, and most people use something dark or a bit spooky, and the app spits out random coordinates and tells you to go there and explore. It's like a scavenger hunt with no prizes. But here's the really weird thing. Some users swear that the Random Nautica app had to do something. The universe, energy, paranormal, some type of thing like that. They claim that they found really strange things and sometimes really scary things by following Random Nautica's directions. So now let me tell you about one Random Nautica exploration that is truly unexplainable. A group of teens in Seattle are exploring with the Random Nautica.
Yes, it's the first one. This is the one that made it famous. Unless I'm thinking different, I believe this is the one that made Random Nautica get popular.
App and are directed to a location near the water on a Seattle beach. When they get there, they find a mysterious suitcase near the shore.
Guys, we found a suitcase at the...
All of those things. Very.
Bro. Oh, wait, open it. Open it. It stinks, y'all. Oh.
The contents inside the suitcase smell horrible, so the teens immediately call the police. And now things get truly bizarre, because it turns out this small black suitcase contains the remains of a human body. The police investigate, and because of YouTube rules, I can't really tell you any more about that. But let me say, this incident is 100% documented. It is not a fake video, it is not an elaborate hoax. You do not get to decide. In fact, you can look this up because this case was reported by multiple reliable news outlets.
So, if what I remember correctly, a landlord murdered a woman and a partner who were living together, I believe.
So, you decide this. Was this random chance? Or is Random Nautica just f***ing spooky?
The landlord of one of them or both
You decide. The Haunted Hill House. The Hill House in Mineral Wells, Texas is said to be one of the most haunted locations in the U.S. With its 125-year dark and troubled past, that doesn't come as much of a surprise. The home was once a haven for illegal activity. It served as a gambling hall, a bootlegging operation, and even a brothel. It also served as a makeshift hospital for over 50 years. It is said the Haunted Hill House is inhabited by the ghosts of at least 9 people who lost their lives there. So, one night in late September, a group of friends and family rented the Hill House to just have a little fun. In fact, many of them were doubters who just wanted to prove that the so-called Haunted Hill House wasn't actually haunted at all. But that's not exactly how things went down. The house is said to be haunted by one particularly violent spirit that the house's owners refer to as Dr. Yeager. One of the visitors, Victoria, lays down on bed in one of the rooms, and she jokingly starts talking to the ghost of Dr. Yeager. It did not go well.
As you can see, you got yanked. Holy shit, she got yeeted. The Dr. Yeager goes, she was like, yeah, what the f you gonna do? He's like, I'll fucking show you, bitch. She just fucking yanked her.
She was yanked off the bed.
My
this
God,
was not
that
a
would be
fall.
terrifying.
And then they ran out.
Yeah.
I'm gonna wind that and show you in regular screen.
Something seems to violently yank Victoria right off the bed as her friends look on in terror. The house has a static black and white security camera in every room. It catches the action as Victoria is pulled off the bed and the group makes a run for it. One of the guys is so shook, he even drops his phone and just leaves it on the floor behind him. Now, cut to about an hour later, around 3 a.m., a guy named Drew wants to test this alleged paranormal activity for himself. So he enters the same room and immediately begins taunting the ghost of Dr. Yeager, saying that the spirit is a coward, and if he really wants to attack someone, why doesn't he try attacking a man instead?
Look at the guy in the white hat right here, guys. Follow him. Did you say he got pushed?
So Drew got his wish. He's violently shoved by something, and then he almost knocks down his two friends while making a mad dash from the room. It should be noted that Drew has gone on record as saying that he will never set foot back inside Haunted Hill House ever again. But it gets even weirder, because as Drew and his friends run from the room, something seems to yank the door shut behind them. If you watch closely, you can actually see the doorknob move as if it's being pulled. So is the Haunted Hill House one of the most haunted places on Earth? Would you go into that room and call the spirit of Dr. Yeager?
No.
Let me know down in the comments.
Actually, probably, yeah, because I'd have to prove it true myself, so yeah, I probably would.
They live. This next bizarre video was recorded at a private party in a banquet hall in Russia. The party was attended by billionaires, supermodels, and politicians. Basically, some of the most rich and powerful people in Russia. Popular Russian musician Sergei Shnorov and his band Ruble were hired to perform at the event. But something very odd happened when there was an unexpected temporary power failure in the venue. The video captures the bizarre glowing eyes of some of the attendees. Although the video only captures a few of them, witnesses claim that most of the people at the party had these same strange glowing eyes.
Выступление, но что случилось с соседом, я знаю, просто погас почему-то. Большинство людей, которые наблюдали, которые были совершенно серьезно, стали светиться глаза. Уворачивал с своего палочки, и больше мы песен не играем. Страшная мысль, даже я не помню, как он помогает. Now,
once this video became public, there were all sorts of wild conspiracy theories. Everything from that the Russian cultural elite were all aliens or reptilians, to even claims that they were all vampires. But the prevailing theory was almost as bizarre. Many people believe that these rich and powerful people were using mysterious biological experiments to stay young. So the theories on this one are divided, but pretty much all the explanations offered are creepy and strange. So the question remains, what could cause Rainbow the Russian elite to have eyes that glow in the dark? First ghost hunt, last ghost hunt.
It is very bizarre, I'll give them that. I don't know how to explain. I mean, I've never seen that footage before, and it probably is an actual explanation for it. Because I could say... Sorry. I could say that sometimes when people take photos of me, my eyes look like bizarrely red. Like a fucking demon has taken over. But I'm not fucking possessed. So I don't know what the fuck. So it just photos can and that can lights going out can lead weird things. Ladies and gentlemen, that is it for this reaction video. Let me know what you thought of any of these in the comments. Hit the like button, hit subscribe button. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you all for the next one. Ah.
Yesterday there was a war fought on American soil, and I'm sure many of you have seen by now. A one-man army barged into a local smoothie place, assaulted the young workers, got racist, got arrested, and subsequently fired from his very well-paying job. He was one of the top 25 highest-grossing wealth advisors in Connecticut, and he threw all of it away over what was ultimately his fault when it came to a smoothie dispute. This battle was up there with the Battle of Troy, but instead of being fought over a woman, it was fought over a smoothie. To briefly break down the situation before sharing the video, or at least some of the video, I can't share all of it because he gets racist and I'm not going to show that. And so just to briefly sum up the lore here, there was a father who had ordered a smoothie from this smoothie place earlier in the day. He mentioned he didn't want any peanut butter in it, so when he got the smoothie, he brought it to his son who has a peanut allergy, and his son had an allergic reaction to the smoothie and ended up in the hospital. Sometime after this, the father then went like full-blown fucking vigilante mode, goddamn trying to emulate John Wick, went back to the smoothie place to demand to speak face-to-face with the person who made the smoothie, but the 4 girls that were working there at the time were not the 4 employees that made that smoothie, so they didn't know who it was. So then the father got very upset, yelling and screaming, treating it like a 2009 Call of Duty Xbox Live lobby, just absolutely shouting, being racist, and tried to kick down the employees' only door, I imagine to try and like beat them up or some shit. Then police got involved, he got arrested, lost his job. The whole thing honestly played out like a fucking Darman video over the last 12 hours. Father gets angry, gets racist, gets fired, and lives to regret it. Now, I want to make it clear, I think the father is totally in the right to be mad about the situation, but nothing justifies racism and like trying to assault people that didn't even have anything to do with the situation in the first place or any of that shit. The most important part of the story is the father never specified he didn't want the peanut butter due to allergies. He never specified that it was due to allergies to peanuts that he wanted the peanut butter excluded. So the workers may have made a mistake of blending it in a blender that had already had a peanut butter smoothie in it at some point. But nothing excuses how the father handled the situation at all. It's terrible what happened to his son, and what the father should have done is handle this legally, professionally. The dude's a fucking wealth advisor, you know, at a very reputable place. He shouldn't be some kind of troglodyte homunculus who thinks the only solution here is to sit, like, goofily march into the smoothie place, fee-fi, fo-fumming, ready to fight some high school girls. You know, like, it's absolutely outrageous the way he handled it. There's no excuse for it. Now, from what I understand, most restaurants do have a policy when someone asks for anything regarding nuts, like leave off, you know, the peanut butter or whatever, the assumption is supposed to be made that it is due to allergies, which is why they have, like, a special blender at smoothie places from what I was reading. So, yes, the smoothie place is at fault, which is why the father should have handled this legally, not as some...
Fortnite Ballistics, but everyone is scuffed. I put together a team of YouTubers to play Fortnite's very own version.
Among Us means that actually work. I'm talking like hiding in the wires at electrical, catching people coming out of the vent. I'm talking stupid ways to win, like repeating the same word over and over again. You're not allowed to use any other word. The first game is me, yes, repeating the same word over and over again. I'm only allowed to use one word to defend myself. I don't know how it worked. I'm imposter. Alright, so before we were playing a game where everyone could only say one word, chat, but as a continuation of that, I'm only going to say one word. Not everyone is following that rule this time. It's only going to be me, but since I'm imposter, I'm only going to say one word. That's my plan. No matter what they ask me, I'm saying one word, and that word is interesting. That's all I'm going to say. It's just the word interesting, right? I just need someone to come over here. Someone please come to this part of the map. Wipe out my boy Lurks. Easy, mate. Easy, mate. See you, Deluxe. Good playing with you, man. I'm going to go down here and do trash. I'm down here doing trash. This is giving me good alibis. Considering I'm not going to say anything, I need a good alibi. Yeah.
Where's everybody at right now?
Interesting.
Me, Rob, and Lannon are in storage. Fact in.
Interesting.
Oh, yes, I've been absolutely smashing tasks. So,
interesting.
I'm in a rush. All right, I'll go.
Interesting.
Take a peek. What are you doing?
Interesting.
Where were you?
Yeah. Oh, interesting strat. You know, they're watching it. They're watching it. They're watching it. I'm going south. I'm going reactor, mate. Anyone to wipe out? Anyone to wipe out here? I'm gonna kill. I want to kill. Mate. Wipe out Rob real quick. Just took him out real quick. They'll never suspect me. I only say one singular word.
Cool. It's an electrical, and my boy Vic. Did you not see the body when you were running out of electrical?
Interesting.
You don't say something other than interesting.
Interesting.
Where was the body? It's electrical, right? Where you do all the tasks. I didn't go up there. I literally went kind of lights when I ran straight out. So,
interesting. Interesting.
He's gotta win by saying interesting. Fuck my life.
Oh, he's gonna wait like 10 seconds and call a reactor. All we gotta do is get a singular kill. All we gotta do is get a singular kill and we win. I want the kill there. I think Boomy's gonna get it. Surely Boomy gets it. Interesting. Very interesting. It's very interesting.
It's Lanny. You walked in like, oh, dead. And he's just gonna say interesting. God damn it, dude.
For this imposter round, I am going to win a game without leaving electrical. Now, the only reason this works is because I've spent the previous 4 games hiding in electrical as a crewmate and trying to catch people coming out of the vent. I just look like a loose wire. Hello, it worked! Holy shit, it fucking worked! Got live! Alright, so I have a plan. I've laid the groundwork. This time as an imposter, I'm gonna sit in a single room, and that's it. I'm just gonna sit in a single room and kill anyone that comes into this room. I kind of might need sidearms to get voted out, like, earlier, because I need time to set this up, alright? I didn't plan for 2 people. I've done nothing but sit here the whole time. I'm not even killing yet. Blah, blah, blah. I'm just gonna talk crap the whole time. I don't care. I've done nothing. I just wanna kill.
I think it's the same for sidearms here.
Anybody think side is cool? Anybody think side is good? Alright, well, my teammate just got voted out, so now the meat can really begin. Alright, go back into my space. Now at least no more killing should happen. Right? No more killing should happen at all. I just need people to come to electrical. Sit in my hidey hole. Did you just poo your pants?
Yeah. And you did shit, my bad.
Damn, that sucks, man. That's happened to me before.
Wasn't that the Deluxe? Last round. That's how Deluxe run out. Happened to storage. Yeah.
Okay, but if you saw me at storage, lights were out, dumbass. So, question is, where was the body?
It was at lights.
Alright, well, that's what matters.
I never. See, I'm in electrical, 100%. But like, I didn't go do lights. I didn't really hanging out in electrical like a weirdo. Yeah. Like, oh, hey. Yeah. I mean, if we got sidearms, we can also skip, but that's a weird little sus maneuver.
I think we'll win here, guys.
Prove it, mate. Prove it. Prove your point. Prove your point. I'm doing my job here. No bluff, mate. I didn't get voted out. They're suspecting me now. I think they've seen through my plans. I think they've seen through my plans. Gone back to electrical. I have to make them believe I'm actually this stupid. I have to make them believe I'm actually this this stupid. I took out Nola. Surely they know it's... Where's the body at? I'm not running, I'm literally going back and forth. Where's the body?
I saw you in my little circle. The lights were off, and I went to go do lights. Deluxe is running out of the electrical.
I am not. I am running back and forth. Don't throw. Do not throw, because you know I was going back and forth. I'm just gonna say, I mean, lights were off. I'm just gonna say, I was in a little spot. I did not see Deluxe come to the top floor.
Right, because lights would be lower.
So that's what I'm saying, though. So he wasn't doing tasks there before lights went off, right? Okay, I have 2 tasks left in electrical, but no matter what, you're never alone in electrical.
I think that
So fucking scared to come into electrical, do the task, do him as a ghost. That's all I'm saying. Do him as a ghost. I can't. If I'm the killer there, Deluxe, I can't hurt you in there, buddy. Maybe, I don't know. I literally don't know. It could be a self-report. It could be a self-report. But Deluxe, you're fine to do your task now, mate.
Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you!
You're fine to do your task now, Deluxe. Come in and do your task, mate. I'll talk to you as a ghost. You can be a friendly little ghost, mate. Right, I have no idea what's happening anymore. I'm just going back to my spot. Alright. So, do you think it's a self-report then?
No. It is definitely not a self-report.
I will show you the video evidence after this round of me never dare moving once I get into my spot.
But then it's not you for what you say, and it's not me for what I say.
Okay, we're not going to win on task because I'm sitting there not doing anything. And that's your fault. That's your responsibility. I have not moved down this room the whole time. I need someone to come to lights. They can't win the game. Someone has to come to lights. Someone has to come. Yes! I literally never left electrical, and I get the win! Yes!
We're back at the power station.
know where these live currently, right? Not even so. I don't know if I can tell whether or not. I guess I'm purple then? I'm gonna stop chosen. Yeah, I thought so. I'm purple. Okay. Okay, I botched that one. That was a botch by me completely. That is a botch by me completely. I'm supposed to do when a fucking girl has a sniper. Fuck off with your sniping bullshit.
Reddit user Manda Burke and her husband were exploring the haunted Hillview Manor, an old mental asylum located in Newcastle, Pennsylvania. Manda says that they walked around the asylum with a tour group, checking EVP meters that were given to them by the tour guide. But she says nothing much happened. Then they began to hear an
Yeah, there's nothing I can do there. I got most of my health gone.